Hi, I'm Skip Nipper. Welcome to my podcast,
where I tell you about not only Nashville's great baseball history and traditions,
shot to right, a one-hop liner,
but certainly about its past. And you will hear a little bit about its present and future, too.
Yes, he can. It makes the waist-high catch.
There are great stories about Tom Wilson Park, Herschel Greer Stadium, Sulphur Dell, and the players, coaches, and fans who love everything about baseball. And every once in a while, you will get to hear from a special guest who will share their fondness and even passion for the great game.
It's a high fly ball down the right field corner, going way back, hits a lead-off home run.
Many have reported that Babe Ruth patterned his batting stance on one of the all-time great hitters after the success that player had at the plate. And Ruth is quoted as having said, "I copied his style because I thought he was the greatest hitter I had ever seen, the greatest natural hitter I ever saw. He's the guy who made me a hitter." Now, do you know who that player was? I'll give you a minute to think about that, a few seconds, not a minute. It's a famous player, not in the Hall of Fame, probably should be in the Hall of Fame. Well, it was Shoeless Joe Jackson. Are you surprised by that? Now, Ruth's first full season was in 1919 as a member of the Boston Red Sox. And although he may have seen Jackson during short stints with the Red Sox in prior years, Jackson's 1919 season was the year of the Black Sox scandal. But during the season, Shoeless Joe batted .351 that year, although his best season at the plate was his first full year while he was with the Cleveland Indians in 1911, when he hit for an astounding .408 average. So no wonder Ruth wanted to pattern his stance after a great hitter like Joe Jackson. And maybe Ruth got to see Jackson at various times, but it's powerful that Ruth hit so well in his career and gave Shoeless Joe much credit for it. As a player, if you did play, did you pattern your stance after someone? Your dad? A player you admired, even one on the local sandlots? A pro maybe you've seen on television or even in person at a game? My heroes were Babe Ruth, yes, but also Stan Musial. When I was playing, I was not a great player, loved to swing a bat, but I used to watch Stan the man at the plate as often as I could with his graceful left-handed swing. I never could hit bombs like Ruth did because I didn't have the power. I just wanted to hit the ball and end up on second base like Musial. And he led the National League several times in doubles, by the way. Now, I've taken this about as far as possible without making a point, and I'm going in a little bit of a different direction, and I hope you'll bear with me, because I'm going to tell you about my stance on baseball in Nashville, especially pro baseball, and it's not patterned on anyone else's stance. And I don't expect you to take your stance based on what I'm going to tell you. Maybe. But as a baseball enthusiast, I'm often asked about my thoughts on the Nashville Stars Initiative and the Music City Baseball Group's efforts to bring Major League Baseball to our beloved city. Now, here's a bit of background from my perspective. When managing director John Lohr asked me to share Nashville's baseball history, it was a moment that sparked a deep connection. Over the years, the focus shifted to Nashville's Negro Leagues history, laying the foundation for the Stars' name. It's a history we all share, with several teams playing here under different names. And although the Stars' history is not complete, but we know the team existed, as players Jim Zapp and Sidney Bunch have attested playing for them, the combination of baseball and Nashville's illustrious entertainment history and present-day high-profile entertainers tells a great story and gives a worthy foundation. Now, let me stop here and state that I am not on the payroll of Music City Baseball or the Nashville Stars. Listed as a historical advisor along with historians Rich Rhoda and David Ewing, folks sometimes think I have some responsibility, but I have attended no meetings other than social gatherings. I have no inside information about the group's goings on. And when I talk about the Stars, I can only tell what I have read or seen in the media, just like anyone else. I've also been involved with the Nashville Sounds in a similar way. As First Tennessee, now First Horizon Park, was under construction, I assisted in providing information and images for historical information around the ballpark, both inside and outside, and I was grateful to have been asked and happy to assist in any way. And when asked what my stance is on Major League Baseball coming to Nashville, I usually state it this way. As a New York Yankees fan since I was 10 years old, I will be more than happy to attend a game against the Yankees in Nashville's new stadium, to take off my Yankees jersey for the last time and put on my Stars jersey to be a Stars fan for the rest of my life. Yes, I support the Stars initiative. The thought of Nashville's Major League Baseball opening day, whenever it may be, fills me with hope and excitement, and I can only wish it happens while I'm still here to witness it. That does not diminish my love for the Sounds, who play in the best minor league ballpark in America and deserve the support of area baseball fans. I also take a stand for them. They are the team we have, and I will continue to wear my Sounds jersey and cap to the ballpark for as long as the team is our team. Supporting the Stars is a different experience from supporting the Sounds, but it's a love I hold for both. They each have a special place in my heart, and I'm sure many of you feel the same way. Now, no, I'm no Shoeless Joe Jackson, Babe Ruth, or Stan Musial. I have no hitting prowess to instruct young players, and many players pattern their stances on no one but just from batting practice and 10,000 swings, and not on any particular player. And I don't expect anyone to agree with me, but that's what I want to say. Yes, we can disagree about where a new baseball stadium is going to be built and who will pay for it, who the owner or owners are, whether Nashville is ready for another pro sports franchise, or how it would affect the tax base. There are a myriad of questions like those that have been bantered about over the past few years. But my stance is to support our team through thick and thin, strongly. As a baseball lover, I always find baseball perfect in its imperfections. But it's my stance, and it ought to be yours. Now, this podcast episode is the beginning of year 4, and I'm grateful for anyone who listens to my podcast episodes. They would not be possible without the expertise of my nephew. I'll claim him as my nephew because he is, David Nipper. He does a wonderful job making the sound right and getting rid of the hiccups and the coughs and the hums and the other distractions that may come across. So grateful to you, David, but also some may know I don't seek the attention, but I covet the prayers. I've had a little bit of an issue that I had to have some surgery. I'm doing fine, on my way to recovery, and will continue to do these podcasts as long as people like you find them interesting. And as always, I'm grateful that you would listen. Thank you.